Ahoy there mateys, and welcome back to another video here in Windrose. Today I'm going to show you exactly how to build this reeds house with all these nice roof pieces made of the reeds tier. They're quite cool. As you can see, they've got some distinct like curvy bits for the corners of the roofs. We also have these feature pieces which are really nice. They are quite big, but I kind of designed the whole thing around it, and I think it makes for a really nice build in the end with all those curves and the layers. We've got a little flag blowing in the wind too, and yeah, it's a quite cozy but convenient base. As always, if you like seeing these types of videos and you want to see more build videos like this, make sure to like the video and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. I really do appreciate all the support, and let me know down in the comments below which kind of builds you would like to see next, because I am working on a lot more builds right now. So yeah, let's head into the base and check out what I've got. So it's a pretty small-ish house, even though it looks quite big with these fancy roof pieces, using a few of these reeds materials, and then mostly just also the bark and the early game stuff that you already have. Now originally I had a proper door in here, but then for myself I changed it to these new arch pieces that I unlocked, just because I kind of like to run in and out once I do the crafting and stuff like that. But yeah, totally possible just with a normal door as well. Got a lot of these nice round windows around the sides. You can see I added a lot of clutter to bring it all to life. But yeah, very nice building here on these pier foundations. And then on the inside, I'm currently using it as my crafting hall, so I've got some of the different crafting stations lined up here. Nice little wall around the staircase to get up to the second layer. But yeah, you can see there's a decent amount of space in here, so you can definitely have a fair few things in here. I've got a little bit of storage behind the staircase that we can utilize, and a staircase of course to get up to the next layer. You can still enjoy the views of your surroundings a little bit, but most importantly there's a cozy little bedroom here where you can go and have a nice nap, skip the time, or just of course have your respawn point. And yeah, I think it makes for quite a nice build. It's definitely quite a unique style with these roof pieces. When I saw them, when I unlocked them, I was just very excited to get to work with them. I'll show you where you can unlock this set, and I think you pretty much just need that one set and the basic pieces, and then we'll get to building. So here we go, we are in Tortuga, and of course this is where you can unlock most of the build pieces, at least the ones that you can purchase. And if you don't know, all of the factions are here. So we got the one faction there, we got the smugglers there, we got the people of Tortuga here, but this is the one that we need, and this has the sets for the well, the clay and logs. That's the first part you want to get. But then the most important one is this one. So you do have to be level 3 standing with them to unlock this, but the reed roofs is the one that we need to get those fancy corner pieces. So you'll definitely have to do a bit of grinding to get that level and get those pieces, but then we can build a very nice looking building. So we're going to get started by building out a foundation out of piers. I think I'm going to go roughly up to here. So that's now 3 piers. We're going to make it 2 wide for now. So that's 2 by 3. Definitely want to have it a bit longer. So 4 by 3 or 4 by 2, I mean. But we're going to make it 4 by 3. I think that probably is going to be big enough for what I want this building to be. It's mostly to do with the roof pieces that we'll be using. And if we have some of these pier stairs going back down to my actual dock level, I think that's going to work quite well. It gives us a nice raised up building and some decent space to work with, I think. So I'm using these beams, but of course if you haven't unlocked these materials yet, you could always switch them out. It's most important that you have the reeds and the roofs of those all unlocked, because otherwise it's going to be quite difficult, because we rely on those pieces. So yeah, we'll take out this first piece. I really like the look on a lot of these pieces, and yeah, they're kind of gonna be the signature parts of this build, I think. So we'll have a few extra supports here to kind of line out where the doorway is going to be. Then I think the bottom layer, I want to use these logs because I quite like the look. Let's do the sides first. And then we're also going to use a little bit of the bark and stuff because I think that fits with the vibe of this kind of build. And it's cheap, so it's like easy to make. And I think for the door itself, we're just going to circle that with these log pieces to make a bit more reinforced feeling. And then we'll add the actual door in. Just like that. And I think that looks quite nice. Obviously, once you start adding like decor around and maybe some bits on the walls and stuff, like maybe a little a boar's head above the door or something, it will change. We'll add these pieces on the corner here because I think we'll use those as snap points for the actual corner pieces. And of course, we'll have to tie this back together with the main roof. So if we get the corner pieces for this, we should be able to make that all blend together. And now we have those big corner pieces that will stick out. Let's get the right snap points just like that. They look really, really cool. And this is exactly why I wanted to build with them, because these pieces are awesome. And yeah, instantly got inspired to do something with it and try to make a cool little build. And I think this definitely works. I like the canvas that is like underneath the corner too. I think we'll just kind of finish this first front wall and use this as the start for the rest. So we'll have some pillars here in the corners, of course. Then we can build up the rest of the wall. Have these logs just continue across the bottom there. Do the same thing over here, I think. Yeah, that works. And I guess we just want to have two little windows on each side. I think we can kind of build around those. So if we do that, and then we can have a nice centered window there. We can do the exact same thing on the other side, just to get, well, some light in here, I suppose, and enjoy the views of the docks. I think this will work. The nice round windows, a bit more of the like primitive looking structures, but it fits with the vibe, I think. I feel like that works. And I kind of like the round shapes. There's a lot of like cool shapes in this build with the corner pieces and all these little curved bits and then the round windows. I think it just all really blends together. So for the sides, I think it's going to be a little bit more simple. I'm pretty sure I can just kind of fill in this entire roof from one side to the other. Because I don't think we'll need any additions there. Then of course we'll have to have the corner again. We'll have to see if it can snap there. Might have to do a bit of jumping here to get to the other corner. There we go. Yeah, that works. And I think around the back, actually probably better off with the pillars first because, well, we're gonna have to do something similar as the front, I think. So I'm gonna have a pillar going up 4 there and another one going up 4 here, which means we can kind of mirror, well, we're not going to have a door, but we're going to mirror the roof at least. So if we rotate this around, we can get that in here and then connect it all back up to each other, of course. Means that we can carry around this little ledge of the roof, jump up here and then just fill in these little gaps to at least finish the bottom layer of the roofs, because I do think I want to have a doubled layer roof. Like I want to have something on top of this still, but for now let's focus on this. This feels quite nice, having these pieces, all of these cool signature like carved roof pieces. I think are going to be quite good for this. I think I'll add in an extra pillar in the middle there, and I definitely think we want to have some of these supports on the sides too, because I mean we kind of divide up the walls, I suppose, with this, and then we might be able to have a few more on the sides. Like we could have maybe some pillars like this going down. I think these are the same ones you unlock on the path to the reed roof, so you should have these ones for sure. There we go. I think we'll just do that on the sides. Maybe not the middle. I don't know. Because if we do the middle, well, yeah, we could have a window there instead. That might work. because we do want to have some windows. But yeah, for the rest, that might be a nice touch, a little extra detail. And then I think we're gonna keep the same thing as on the front going. So we'll have these log walls along the bottom on both ends. And then, of course, the same along the back. This build system is so fun and so intuitive to work with. Let's see. Let's add a few of these windows in. Oh yeah, we want to have the little bit underneath on the outside, I think. We'll have some windows in the middle here. So it's different than on the front, but I think that works. And then we can have one on the opposite side here, of course, as well. And then we can fill in the rest with the bark, just like that. Same over here. And then the same over on this side. Oh, I love how you can just kind of paint and fill it all in. Saves a lot of time doing it like this. There we go. And line that up. Build that across. Did I go too far there? Yes, I did go too far. Let's do one here. Might have gone too far again. Yep. But still faster, I guess, than doing it one by one. There we go. I think that works. And then we just need to fill in these walls, I think. And then we have a pretty nice first layer of this building. I'm pretty sure this works with my vision, I think. Yeah, I quite like it so far. We might have the pillars here too, just as we did on the sides, just to make that all feel the same. We can open up these windows, of course, so we can enjoy our views. But yeah, I mean, it's a simple start. But I do... Oh, I love those corner pieces. The little canvas with the dodo and everything. It looks amazing. It really does. It adds a lot of shape because it's kind of like... It rounds off the corner as well. And those curves... Even though you can do a lot with this build system, I don't think we can make curves that nice. So I do really appreciate us getting like unique pieces like this. And then I guess... I do think I want to fill this in, because I think we're going to have a little, maybe a walkway before we get to the next like build up layer. But yeah, let's fill in the floors, I suppose. I guess we use planks, and then we can kind of just go across from one side to the other. I do want to keep that beam being somewhat consistent, so maybe... If we alternate those, it will feel more natural. There we go. Do I just fill in the entire bit? I guess I might as well, because I can work from the roof, I think. Oh, please come further and rotate this around once more. There we go. I mean, that feels like it's properly supported. And now we just need to get to the roof to finish the rest. Okay, so I guess we want to do a little bit of planning. Like, we're going to have obviously some supports in the corner, probably here in the middle. We'd have the same on the other side. And then I'm guessing there's going to be like, I kind of want to have a walkway and then a building in the middle. And then some more of these really cool roof pieces, of course, to tie it all together. I'm not sure what the best way to go about that is, because probably don't want to have it look too much, and we don't want to make it too big. Let's start with the staircase first, because if we fall down, it's going to be a lot easier to have an easy way up and down the place. So I think if I start a staircase here, let's see what is a nice one. Is this the right one? No, this doesn't feel steep enough. That's going to take us a long time. Let's see. I'm pretty sure I had some stairs that were a bit steeper. It might be these ones. Yeah, that does look a lot steeper, so we might be better off using these, because then we have a little less space needed to just get to the same spot. And I do think I'm going to make this too wide again, because otherwise it's a bit too narrow, which means I guess the whole walkway has to be too wide too. I guess if we take out these logs, that could be the corner of the building. And then another corner would be here. Another corner would be right there. And one more over here. So that kind of helps us fill in this part. I guess we could maybe do something similar as for the bottom layer. So we'll have this layer first, kind of to signal where this building is going to be. It's going to be quite small, probably just more like a bedroom or something up here. But I think for the layers it's going to give to our building, it's going to really be quite cool. Let's see what kind of railing. Use that one. This one's quite cool too, I think. Put some more unique and more interesting looking patterns. Does it matter, like, do I need to rotate this? Do we need to keep a door in mind? I had planned on doing the door here, but maybe we add in the roofs just to see how much space there's left. That would work, because I don't want to make the roof too high. I think, like, I feel like this is a nice height, especially by the time it gets to the middle bit. I guess if I have this, that should give me the snap point. There we go. That's like the corner of the building. We're gonna have to try and snap the other side in too. See if it wants to work with me. Sometimes the snaps are a bit difficult. Have I lined it up correctly? It should be lined up now. There we go. That is the right snap point. So yeah, that gives a little bit of clearance. But that should be right. And I still do kind of also want to use the other roof piece, but I'm not entirely sure how I'm going to do that. Let's first make sure that this is all supported and connected. Oh, that wasn't great, but at least we can get a cheeky view. I do think that is the kind of vibe and height and stuff that we were looking for. So I'm pretty sure I like that. Not entirely sure what I'll do, because I kind of want to have the other roof piece, but it's actually like also 4 wide, so we're gonna have to do something different to make that work. Because if I do it on top there, that's not gonna work. Oh, it might work. That might work here. It might actually work very well right there. Yeah, if I place it in here, I don't think that's too bad. That might be the way to go. Kind of blends those corners and that end of the roof together, and I'm sure we can blend it in perfect, well, as good as we need it to be. So if we have one piece here, we can't snap it underneath there, but we can still do it here, and then potentially I could have a different piece filling in the gap. There we go. That works. That's filled up enough. You're not really gonna see that, but I'm pretty sure that's pretty much fully filled in that way, and that will give us a really unique end of the building and corners and everything we kind of want for this part of the build. So I guess we'll try and replicate this on the other side, create the snap points first for the corners. Let's take out the corner. That's one here, and then I guess we want to have the other one. Is it gonna snap? Did I? No. Is it lined up? It's lining up to something. Let's see. Did I rotate it the right way? Feels like it. Oh no, it's off. There we go. That's more like it. Yeah, I think that works. And then we just need to clear this out, and we can get the other part to snap in there, hopefully. Nope, not on there. Of course, it's never really going to give me the snap point I want, is it? Hello, please? Can you snap on top? No? Okay, well, it's really not working with what I want to achieve now. It's just snapping everywhere except for where I need it to snap. I should be able to get on top, though. Maybe that will help. Yeah, there we go. That's exactly what I want. Then we can fill in the gaps again. because we should just be able to fill up this space over here and the other space over there. And then, of course, the little half pieces for those little open bits that we still have. And then I think we're pretty much there. Like, if we connect these two parts of the roof, I think that's, yeah, I mean, I think that's just all we need. We can check if it's looking nice from a distance in a little bit. But first, let's finish up this layer and the actual room. But yeah, quite happy with the ends of the roofs, at least. I don't know if there's like a little spike or little something on the top maybe is needed. But for now, let's just kind of see. Those look quite nice, those little layers on top of each other. I quite like that, actually. Yeah, really happy with that. Okay, let's see. Let's finish up this layer. Shouldn't be too difficult. Connect up those pillars. Make sure they're all the right height. So these pillars need to be the right height too. And then we can make the little room in here and add in the railings, etc. Let's see. Let's add in railings first. I'm pretty sure I'm just wanna use this. Is this like different patterns? Does this matter if I rotate? No, I think it's just random when I place it. Like there's different options for placing them. So we can kind of just go along the edges here, along the sides as well, I think. Feels quite natural with these twisty twigs in there. There we go. Yeah, I think we do want to get it all the way along there, just because it looks more complete that way. And I quite like that, you know, being able to mesh things is kind of the default option here. It allows for a lot more freedom whilst building, that's for sure. Let's see what kind of door. I kind of wish I would have an empty door frame, but there's only options for the stones things, and I don't really want to have a stone door here. I just hope that, well, being able to open up the door without just blocking my way, because I think that's now the biggest issue. Let's see what happens. Nope, that's the wrong way for sure. That's not going to help at all, is it? That is not going to help. All right, let's see if there's any way we could do this. I guess it's not going to really change. Let's add in some windows maybe first, or like finish the walls, because we could also just have this as a shape. Like that could be enough. We'll fill in the whole wall there with these pieces. There we go. And definitely gonna want to create some windows, I think, too. But yeah, if I just fill in this and we fill in that on two pieces there, should be able to add in a nice window. I think we just want to have an open window because, again, there's not a lot of space here, so I don't think I want anything that swings open. There we go. We can have two there. We can have two here. And then we can kind of just fill in the rest of the walls, I think. So we can just kind of keep this all going around those windows. That one actually could be a big wall, so let's remove that for now. Let's fill this in all the way across the top. Perfect. Then fill in the big wall piece there, big wall piece on the other side. There we go. So yeah, we have all little windows. We have a door frame here. I guess maybe we could have it around the corner. Maybe that could work. Because then the door wouldn't really be in the way if you open it, if I place it down the right way. And then we could just have the window at that end. I think that makes sense, right? So yeah, we'll have a window there. And then I think I can have a door in here. If I place it the right way. There we go. And then open it. Yeah, perfect. So yeah, that doesn't really matter because there's a railing there anyway for the staircase. And it means we have access to a little bedroom here. And we can easily walk all the way around the side here on the walkway to the staircase and out of the building. Perfect. Yeah, looks quite nice, but I do think I want to maybe add something in the middle of the roof. All right, so yeah, I do want to add something on top of here. So what we're gonna do, I broke open the 4 middle pieces. Gonna have a pillar here. How high is this gonna be? Maybe too high, maybe just 1. I don't know how high it needs to be. Let's see, actually, because we have those roof pieces that we want to snap on top of here. So maybe if I have 2 of these temporarily, I can snap one of these corner pieces, because I think that corner piece is just the thing we need here as a bit more interest to have a little shape at the top. So maybe this is just enough. And if we support this... oh, I've run out of resources again? Damn. Okay, I think if we remove those, we should be fine. Can remove those 2. And pillar here, pillar there. And another one here. And then finally we can just kind of complete the ship. I think that's literally all we need. Maybe a little flag on top. But yeah, that does feel like it could just add that bit of interest here at the top. Let a bit of light, fresh air in the bedroom. And then if we have a little pillar here at the top, just like that. And then we have some flags that I found on an adventure somewhere. I don't really know why, but we got them randomly. And I think we can probably get it up there. There we go. Yeah, that's gonna look quite nice, I think. Having a little flag wave around like that, I think that's exactly what our building needs. Let's take a quick look. Yeah, look at that. That's awesome. Yeah, that's the little bit it needed, I think. So this is what it's turned into. Now it is pretty much done. I added a final layer to it, as you can see, of course, and I did do a little bit of the interior because I'm moving some stuff around in my base in general. But yeah, I think it makes for a pretty nice house. I'm quite happy with the way it turned out. Definitely some really unique pieces with those corner pieces and those end pieces for the roofs. Lots of fun details. I love the little dodo that's hanging down there underneath. And you can see I added a bunch of little details around it as I'm working on changing up my whole base pretty much. But I'm quite happy with a lot of the clutter here, just bringing a ton of life to the entrance. We got this nice big staircase going in. I changed my door personally for my uses to be a big arch so I can easily run in and out. And for the time being, at least, it's going to be like my crafting hall. So I've got all my crafting stations in here at the moment. A little bit of storage here underneath the staircase. And then, as you can see, I added in an extra wall here on the inside. So basically just following the shape of the building and going around the staircase. And I added a little railing for the staircase with some pillars and beams. Just very simple things, but it adds a lot of character to the place, I think. And then, of course, finally at the top, we have a little bedroom. And then we have the extra roof layer just mostly for the shape of the building rather than anything else. But yeah, I think that really works, and especially with the little flag on top, it looks quite cool. You can see I've been working on the rest of my base too. More on that later. But yeah, very happy with this little reed house, and I think that makes for a great little build. And I mean, it's mostly those roof pieces. Once you've got that, I think most of the other things are pretty basic stuff to unlock. So yeah, really nice set, really cool building look, I think, with all those curved pieces. Adds a lot of nice shapes to your base, and I'm quite happy with the little corner of the docks. You can see I made like a kind of curved dock around it. It's very nice that you can clip quite easily into other pieces, so you can get those shapes by just rotating it by 15 degrees each time. Yeah, looks quite good to me. So yeah, that's gonna be it for today's video. Hopefully you enjoyed. If you did, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and feel free to leave your suggestions for future Windrose builds you'd like to see down in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and hope to see you in the next one. Goodbye.